Hi. I don't know why I always wait so long when I say hello. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Hello. Welcome. I'm live. It's been a while since I've been on stream. I've been having a lot has been happening. A lot of skadoosh. Can you imagine I started my stream and just went skadoosh? That would have been random. Now I want to see a streamer who will do that. Who skadooshes every time when they start. It's been a while. I've been working on a lot of stuff. A mixture of all the stuff going on in my life, plus like plus the no time to stream has given me some time to work on stuff outside of stream. So I've been working hard. I'm expecting it may be weirder to announce, but August 9th, I think YouTube videos will start appearing on my YouTube channel. And then one will come out every other week for the rest of the year at least, which will require that I have 11. And right now I'm at like 1.5. So I just had to make a few more. Just gotta make like another 10, just like another like 9.5, and we're good for the year. Oh, the panda guy from ZZZ is not. What is his name? It's not Jack Black. It's not the Kung Fu Panda. He's just a normal panda who cooks rice. Oh, how am I supposed to know his name is Po? How am I supposed to know that? I watch Kung Fu Panda. I can't even tell. I don't even remember the last Jack Black movie I watched. It was probably like School of Rock or something. The last one you watched was the Minecraft movie? I'm so sorry. I have no idea how you make a movie out of Minecraft. Like, I get that you can make lots of money out of it, but like, what the fuck do you even do? Right? This is not even funny. I've seen like scenes or whatever from it. Like, I've seen clips from it, obviously, because they're everywhere. It's not even a funny movie. It's a very nothing movie. It's very like nothing happens. It's about stupid fucking Jack Black being Steve from Minecraft. Yeah, but there's a difference between entertaining and being a good movie. Cause like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was entertaining to me, but I wouldn't say it was a good movie. You know? Like, there's movies like the Digimon movie is an entertaining movie, but it's not a good movie. I think the last Jack Black movie I watched was either Jumanji or A House with a Clock in Its Walls. I haven't seen either of those movies. Well, I saw Jumanji, but I saw the first Jumanji. The old one with Robin Williams. Echo, get your stick. Where's your squeaky stick? Jesus Christ. She's been noisy for the past couple weeks too, because it's been hot. Coat legs, Robin Williams. No, she's just agitated because it's warm out, and when it's warm out, it gets warm in my room. So she gets agitated. And she just wants to play. I don't know why she would want to play when it's hot out. Because, like, I would rather just die. Get your squeaky stick. Get your squeaky stick, little one. Get your squeaky stick. Get your stick. Get your stick. Where's your stick? Up in the bed? Up in the bed? You stick? There was a Borderlands movie? I didn't know there was a Borderlands movie. Can we talk about how, like, weird video game movies are? Like, some of them are fucking, they're just, like, good movies. And then others are so random. Like, ew. She just got my whole hand in her mouth. Echo, you gross. Like, the Sonic movies weren't bad. And then we've got, like, the Assassin's Creed movie. You know? Like, that's just so weird. And apparently people like the Minecraft movie, so I guess that one counts as being good. Oh my god. Echo, what do you want? What do you want from me? You always want from me. But, like, the Mario movie was okay, right? Apparently so bad, it made the Monster Hunter movie look good. Bruh. I need to watch the Monster Hunter movie. I haven't seen it. And, like, it feels like a travesty that I haven't seen it. It's like, I love Monster Hunter, but I haven't seen the Monster Hunter movie, and I know it's just a nightmarish hellscape of a movie. Like, I gotta watch that. I gotta rewatch, like, I gotta rewatch the Resident Evil movies. That's gonna be a time. Because I've been playing Resident Evil off stream, and those games are fun, and they're funny. But I gotta see the movies. I have to add to the lore. Add to the lore of Resident Evil that I'm learning. Echo has decided that she's now going to scout the rest of the room for things to bug me with. Oh, might be lying down. Okay. I think we're safe for now. Yeah, I gotta, like, I want to watch more video game movies because I want to see, like, you know how for a long time movies have just been adaptations of books and stuff? Well, now they're doing video games. This was like, they have a media where they can literally see what happens. What are they going to do with it? That's what I wanted. That is what I want to know. They have the full visual of the media that they're trying to emulate. I want to know what movies they're going to do. Alright, movies are literally just the Matrix with no robots and add zombies. That's fucking weird. I've seen one of them, but it was so long ago I don't remember. The RE movies are dumb, fun action movies. Not necessarily good, but it's fine to turn your brain off for it. Yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff like that I like to turn my brain off for. Because there's some stuff where, like, I'm activating my brain, I'm watching it, and then it just makes me sad. I sit there and I watch things, and then, like, a big emotional moment will happen, and I'll cry. And I'm like... Because, like... Speaking of, like, watching things, I've been watching the Uma Musume, Pretty Derby anime. And... No, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I watched season 2, and I cried, like, a few times. I've seen all of season 2, and I cried a few times during season 2. And we gotta remember, this is a show about girls who are horse girls that race. They race on tracks. They train, their running and their power, and they train their strength with their legs and stuff, and then they run. It's basically watching a sports anime about track girls. And I cried multiple times. Because it's emotional. And I really only started watching the show because I played the game a little bit. And surprisingly, the game's kind of fun. Like, if you're not super into gachas, it's still fine because you just pull like a couple. Like, you use the free pull. I haven't paid anything. I just use the free pulls or whatever to get the horse girls. Then you find the horse girl out of the horse girls that you have that you like, and then you race her a bunch, and then you just do well. Hi, Smithy. Welcome. Cyberpunk anime was really good. It made a lot of people get back into the game. It made me get back into the game. I beat the game. I beat the game when it first came out and was buggy and disastrous. And then I watched the anime. First of all, it's the only anime where I watched it the first time and immediately started rewatching the show from the start. And then I played the game after again. Because I don't know, the Cyberpunk anime is done by like one of my favorite animation studios. And it was a really good story. The action-packed, and it hit really well, and it was short. It was like a nice like snippet. And there's a new one coming. They announced that there's a new one in development. They showed that little teaser where you see like nothing of the new one and it spoils the entire first one. I'm excited. I'm expecting it to come out and be really good, but I could be wrong. Yeah, video games I think translate better to shows. I'm gonna be so honest. Yeah, they added the reference to the show, to the anime in the game, the quest line. There's the quest line, and then you can also go to, they added a building for Lucy's apartment. Lucy? No, Rebecca's apartment. Rebecca's. But like, I think video games translate the best into shows. Like, if we want to look at them on like the whole of everything, like the best like video game movies are like what? The Minecraft movie, Mario, Sonic, that kind of stuff. But the best video game shows are what? Cyberpunk. We've got Castlevania. We've got Devil May Cry. I feel like they just translate so much better. There's a Fallout show. I've never seen the Fallout show, but I heard it was good. Oh, The Last of Us is also a show. I don't know how they translated, because I haven't seen those ones specifically. I guess I also haven't seen the Devil May Cry show, but I heard that one's incredible. So, kind of just like a duh moment. Duh, obviously it's good, you idiot. I want to watch them all. I need to get my video gaming television knowledge up. But I feel like I just never have time for stuff. You know, I don't spend a lot of time just like sitting and watching shows. Because first of all, I have the problem with my attention just not being there. I'll be like sitting and watching something and being, my hands aren't doing anything. I need to do something with my hands. And I'll be like super bored, and then all of a sudden I'm doing something else. The Fallout show is good, but it spits on the existing lore. I mean, everything that comes out of Fallout spits on the old lore of Fallout. Like everything. Fallout 1 and 2, full existing lore. Things all make sense. They've explained everything. Fallout 3 comes out. Yeah, no, fuck you. Washington's still there, and so's the Washington Monument. And you're like, wait, I'm pretty sure that they said that this whole coast was like destroyed. How is this here? And then like, I think New Vegas brings it back around. They're like, no, wait, shh, shut the hell up. This is the real lore. And then Fallout 4 was like, yeah, but fuck that. Gameplay or something. Story. Sean, your son. Sad time. Go. Like, wait. Why is the lore all fucked up? And then nobody asked for it, but they were like, here's Fallout 76. There's not gonna be any people on the surface. Doesn't make any sense. There'd be people all over the place. But whatever. Fuck that, I guess. Also, can we talk about, like, Fallout 1 and 2? Fallout 1 and 2 are about, like, you leaving the vault to go... Well, the first one's about you leaving the vault to go get the GAC. And the second one is about you being part of, like, a tribe or some shit. I don't remember. But, like... Isn't it, like... weird that the Bethesda Fallouts are, like... The first one's, like... Go leave the vault and find your dad. You're like, okay, I will. And then the second one that they made is like, leave the vault and find your kid. Like, are we just writing the same stories over and over? And the thing is, you leave the vault in fucking Fallout 3, and guess what? Your dad turns out to be a fucking scientist trying to help the world on the outside. And then Fallout 4, you find out that your son is a scientist trying to help the people on the outside of the vault. Like, can we be, like, at least a little original between the two? You've made two separate games with plots that are almost the same. Like, they just take place in different places. One's like, ooh, big America, Washington. And the other one's like, Boston. Ballpark. To be about baseball. This needs to not make pre-existing protagonists. If they're trying to make an RPG where you're trying to insert yourself into into that situation, they can't just be like, you're playing X character. Because if you're doing that, the choice that you have has gone out the window. Like, it's the difference between, like, Dragon Age Inquisition, where you're some chosen fucking dork, whatever. And then Dragon Age Origins, where you're literally just some fuck. Yes, you have an origin, but you're literally just some fuck that no one cares about. Fallout 5, leave the vault and find yourself. Existential crisis. Yeah, but it can't be that. The next one would be like, Fallout 5 will be like, you have to leave the vault and find your wife. And it'll be like the same fucking story. and it'll specifically be like, find your wife. Because then it'll be like, well, if you play as a woman, it's inclusive for the LGBTQ community. Fallout New Vegas, you don't even start in a vault. And then it's just like some dude fucking caps you in the head and somehow you live and it's like, okay, well fucking find that guy, he's a dick. My issue with Fallout New Vegas is the fact that since they've curated the map to have specific enemies in specific spots, which they do with like all the games, but like the way that they do it in New Vegas very much railroads you to go on the path that they want you to take. Which makes every run of the game feel basically the same. Which for me is just kind of sad. Like, yes, could you go a different way? Yeah. But like, then you're gonna be running into like those fucking, the Cazadors, the big fucking bug things, or Deathclaws really early when you're absolutely not ready for it. Whereas like, this is gonna feel horrible to say out loud. Fallout 4, once you get out of the town, yes, it tries to railroad you to the other town so you can go get the power armor, blah, blah, blah. But you literally could just say, fuck that, and walk around. Because there's other stuff you can do. And it's not like, go to this point, get it done. Like, I don't know. And that's it feels awful to say, because I don't think Fallout 4 is a great game. Same with Fallout 3. New Vegas, I think, is okay. I think the Fallout as a series needs to be more open. Like, does it make me throw up? Like the Elder Scrolls does. And the Elder Scrolls does it in a really good way. Skyrim, once you finish the tutorial, you can go wherever you want. Yeah, it railroads you to Riverwood if you decide to go that way. Whereas, like, Oblivion, you literally leave the fucking prison and they're like, go see Joffrey. And you can be like, fuck that. I'm gonna go all the way to fucking Anvil. Like, it just, I don't know. That's another thing with those games is you learn to abuse the level, like the map's geometry, and you can just leave. You can just go wherever you want. Like, damn it, I can't get into the strip. I guess I'll just somehow jump over this wall and get in there. Fallout New Vegas in a nutshell. Fucking, you're like, oh, I gotta go see the Greybeards, but I don't want to walk around the mountain up the path. I guess I'll just get on my horse and scale the side of this mountain. Like, just a lot of stupid things happen. Like, and like, in Skyrim, there's supposed to be like this cool moment when you're going to see the Greybeards where you walk down under this like little alcove and then a frost troll drops in, like it starts to fight you. You gotta like defeat it so you can see the Greybeards. But you can always just A, sprint by it, B, walk around the back of it because you can somehow walk up the side of that cliff. And then it either just won't see you or you can just make it to the Greybeards before it even starts fighting you. So it just feels like you're not like it's like they curated this moment for you to have that's like gonna be this big moment, and then they're like, yeah, but you can also just say fuck that and leave. Like, but why curate the moment? Why make a big big moment like that if you're just gonna cut it out? It's like when you go to the Dwemer ruins to get the Elder Scroll, and there's that big fucking like dwarven centurion, like he's like, I'm gonna fucking kick the shit out of you. And you can just run by it and run down the stairs and leave. Like, it's like they were expecting that to be a boss moment. You can just be like, no, thank you. I'll be skipping this moment. Goodbye. Just, this is, for me, this is why like the Elder Scrolls and Fallout and stuff are never gonna be like the peak for gaming. They're never gonna be like amazing games. They could be good, but they're never gonna be amazing. When you have games like the Souls games where like you have these big adventures or whatever, and then there's a moment where like there's this big fucking super strong dude in your way, and you can't just leave. You have to kill him. Like in Elden Ring, when you're like, I'm gonna go into the city now, and then there's the dragon sentinel thing, the horse rider guy with the lightning magic or whatever, and he's a fucking badass. You gotta kill him. Like, it's so fucking cool. It's such a cool, and it's hard. Like, I sucked at it, but there's probably people who beat it with like, they punch him once and does 1,000,000 damage and he dies. But like, I don't know. I just think it's amazing. The Elder Scrolls started great for their time. Then they cut the fun parts out. See, I've played the Elder Scrolls games. Like, I tried Morrowind, and I don't like it. I've played a little bit of Daggerfall. That game is not only way too big, but also its combat is unenjoyable. I think Oblivion was like the mastercraft of all of them. And then Skyrim tries too hard, and it's just not enjoyable. Like, is it funny? It's funny. Funny stuff happens. But it messes up the funny on like 2 counts. 1, NPCs are nowhere near as funny as they were in Oblivion. NPCs in Skyrim are funny, but they're nowhere near as funny as in Oblivion, where 2 people could go up to each other, have a full argument, look like they're about to beat the shit out of each other, and then they exit from that conversation, re-engage in a new one, and it's just like, have a nice day, and then they smile and leave. And you're like, wait, how did you just, what the fuck just happened? like, Skyrim just ends up being like, I think I don't know you, I don't care to know you happens so much, and they can literally just stand there in a loop and do it forever, and it's so funny. And yeah, yes, is it funny to have the shouts in Skyrim and to be able to shout people like around the city and like have them see them go flying and stuff? Yes, it's funny as fuck. It's funny, and everybody knows it's funny, and it's super hilarious, and it's funny to watch or whatever. But like, the game around that isn't fun. They're like, here, have these fucking super god powers. Fight this fucking dragon. You're like, okay. Like, sometimes it's funny when you're like running around and you enter a town and then all of a sudden a fucking dragon appears and then everyone in the town is like, what the fuck? And you can stand there and watch the whole village like kill the dragon. But like, then sometimes you're trying to fast travel and then a fucking dragon appears and you can't fast travel. You're like, fucking, now I gotta find a place to go so I can leave the dragon so I can fast travel. Because I gotta go from fucking, I don't know, I gotta go from Solitude to Riften. And I'm not walking all that way because it's bullshit. But yeah, like, I don't know. And then I felt like there wasn't like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the difference is for me. But I feel like exploring in Skyrim isn't as enjoyable as exploring in Oblivion. Even though exploring in Skyrim, the environments are actually more varied, I feel like Oblivion has a better like grasp on what they're doing. The whole like environment that they have built just feels cooler. And like, yeah, what did you find? Oh, I found a cave. Okay, so it's gonna look like every other cave in the world. Yeah. It's gonna look the same, and it's gonna have one of like 4 enemy types inside. It's either gonna be like goblins, or it's gonna be vampires, or it's gonna be bandits. Like... I just... And... Probably a hot take, but like... A lot of people say that the mods save Skyrim. They're like, Skyrim's good, but the mods really save it. I don't think Skyrim's like great in the first place. And if I have to mod it like a ton just to have fun with it, if I gotta mod it, I don't really... If I have to mod it to play it, then I don't want it. You know? If I can play a game vanilla and enjoy my time, good. If I have to mod it, the one where you can quote to get rid of the kids. But even that, like, there's like, first of all, there's like not even that many kids in the game. It's good that they added children because the world should have children in it, because it would. The crazy thing about Skyrim is that there just aren't enough. There's just not enough people, and there's not enough children. Like, the population of Skyrim, based on the cities and stuff, is like a couple hundred, maybe, of the people who actually like live in the cities and stuff. And that's fucking crazy. Elder Scrolls canon, all Nords are born full grown. You know, it's not all Nords in Skyrim. That's the White Cloak. The White Cloak? What the fuck are they called? The Storm Cloaks. Holy shit. My brain was like, what the fuck are they? That's what the Stormcloaks want, is it to just be Nords in Skyrim, which makes no sense, but okay. Mods should be used as a topping on a Sunday. Bethesda thinks that they should be the main. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like vanilla Skyrim, no expansions, no mods, no nothing, should be a fucking amazing game. But it's okay. But like then you add the expansions, which makes it a little bit better, and then you add the mods, which makes it a little bit better, and then it's a good game, I guess. My thing is I want the game to be fucking awesome right at the start. Like, I didn't load up Armored Core, like the new Armored Core, and go, I gotta mod this. I gotta change some shit. You know the only mod I've ever seen for Armored Core that I was like, man, that shit is fucking cool as shit. There's a mod for Armored Core that lets you just have a Gundam. Like, instead of building your fucking Armored Core and having an Armored Core, it's just like, I think you can have the Strike and you can have, or it's the Freedom and the Justice, I think. That's fucking cool. This is what a lot of people wanted when they played Armored Core. And like, the new Armored Core is it's fucking so cool. Fires of Rubicon is so cool. And then playing it as a Gundam. I haven't done it yet, but I should at some point. But that's the kind of mods I want. Like Elden Ring. Elden Ring, the year it came out, was my game of the year. Absolutely. I fucking loved Elden Ring. It was so fucking fun. But the thing is, the only mod I ever got for Elden Ring was the seamless co-op mod, and that shit is fucking cool. They're like, normally, yeah, they're like, oh, you can play little areas and fight bosses and stuff with your friends. Sure. It's kind of hard to do, and it's annoying and whatever. Seamless co-op is just the mod where you're like, fucking get your friends and play literally the entire game together. The whole thing. Experience, start to finish, the whole game. Beat it all. And it's like super fucking cool. Any game that has a mod that adds co-op to a game where I can play it with like a friend or like a few friends or whatever, way better. It becomes way better. Like if I could play Hitman like 1 and 2 or 3, whatever, with a friend where we're both like, you know, we're both like Agent 47s or whatever, and we got to do the missions and assassinate people together, that would be so fun. It'd be so fun and so funny. Like imagine. You're like running around, you both like find like, there's like 2 targets in the mission, you both find one of the targets, you both have like a fucking screwdriver, just throw them at the fucking people's heads, and both of you just run away as fast as you can. Or you're like arguing over who's gonna kill the target, so you're both like trying to get there as fast as you can. It's so fucking good. It's so good. But so many games like that are supposed to have that, like, could have co-op mods don't. I just want it. Sniper Elite has multiplayer? What kind? Wait, does Sniper Elite have like a competitive where you're both trying to snipe the same target? Because that would be funny. Both of you trying to like rush around to shoot the target. You know, I got it. And they're just like perched up, like, I gotta get the shot. I gotta get my shot first. I gotta do it. Cause like, I don't know. For me, they have invasions where you're to stop one player from completing the mission. Oh, it's like a competitive. I want a cooperative. I want games to be okay with, like, I don't care if it makes the game easier or whatever. Just add a cooperative mode in. For fun. You want to play it by yourself? Do it. Then play it with a friend after, because then it's funny and it's fun. Like, I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna hit a fucking hot take and be super honest. I'm so down for the Resident Evil games 5 and 6. I'm so down for those games because they're co-op. Imagine you're playing Resident Evil 2, right? And you're playing it co-op. And it's like Resident Evil 5, 6 style. You're fucking going around together, sharing your resources, shooting people up, trying to like do all the stuff you're supposed to do, but together. That's what I want. I just want more co-op experiences with people that you like. Just, you can either play it alone, sure, or you can play it with somebody else. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 co-op. One of you plays as Ashley. Just 1 second, I gotta punch this boulder for 5 minutes. But like, that's what I mean is more games need, I think more games need to be co-op. Like, I don't want these, like, they're like, we're adding a multiplayer mode, and you have to beat the shit out of your friends. And I'm like, but I don't want to do that. I want to run around and be stupid with my friends. I want to be cooperative and have fun. Like, this is why Repo and Lethal Company did so well, is because they're just like, fuck it. Play with your friends and do some stupid shit. It'll be freaky a little bit, I guess. But fucking do some shit with your friends. Peak, that new game where you climb the mountain with your friends. Because you're doing it with your friends. It's funny. And it's fun. Games gotta learn. Games gotta learn that playing competitive is something you do when you want to, like, fucking destroy your friends. And, like... What? Yeah, but it's funny because like in those kind of games you can screw your friends over and it's supposed to be cooperative, but then you can be like a dick to each other and it's funny. Like in Peak, there's like banana peels and shit. You could like put a banana peel and have somebody like slip and fall off the fucking cliff and they fall to their death. It's funny. Or like you're playing Lethal Company with a friend and you go into a room and you see a spider, but then you tell them it's fine and there's like loot in there or something. They run in and they either see the spider or they get killed. It's funny. See, that's the thing though, is when you're playing, if you're playing a shooter, like a multiplayer shooter, and you end up in a friend's lobby or you're playing specifically with a friend on the opposite team, you're always going to focus your friend because it's funnier to kill them. Like you're playing, say you're playing like Rainbow Six Siege and it's, you know, it's 5v5, you only get 1 life each. How much funnier is it if the first kill is you kill your friend versus you kill their team and then have to hunt down the friend? Just kill your friend first, funnier. Then you know that they got to sit there and watch as you beat the shit out of their team. But it's funny. Same thing with like Call of Duty. Yeah, you can run around and shoot a whole bunch of people, but your friend is gonna spawn. You can bother them. Cause it's funny. I don't know. But I like cooperative stuff better. Do I have a competitive side? Yes, I absolutely have a competitive side. I liked playing Overwatch competitive. I like playing Rainbow Six competitive. I like playing Marvel Rivals competitive. I like playing League of Legends, which should say a lot about my character. But there's times where I want to be like, especially with my friends, I want to be cooperative in League of Legends. Do I want to play it? Yeah, but I want my friends to be playing with me on my team. Same with Rainbow Six. I'd love to have friends on my team. Or with Marvel Rivals. You know how much easier it is to play Marvel Rivals when you can communicate with at least one other person? Holy crap. So much better. But like fully cooperative games I think are the best for me. Like, I loved Payday 2 for all the time that I played it. I played it for like 500 and something hours. That's 100% cooperative. Counterpoint, meme build. Yeah, but that's funny sometimes. That's like YouTuber makes a video about a meme build and like they play it and somehow do kind of well. That's fun because it's funny. And then you can kind of emulate it yourself. Whereas like, I don't know. I find just playing with my friends is fun. Playing cooperatively with my friends is a good time. I think it might be because I don't care which one of us is better. You know? Like if I'm playing League of Legends with a friend, I don't care which one of us is better. I just care if we win or lose the game. Because at the end of the day, no matter how bad or good we are, I'm gonna tell them they did a good job. And if we lose, I'm just gonna be mad at our other teammates and be like, our other teammates are shit. Because like next thing you know, the reason we lost was completely my fault. But why am I gonna admit that? Fuck that. What do you mean we lost because of me? No, not true. Too good for that. Like my Siege games when I played competitive on stream those few times. None of those games were my fault. We lost because my teammates were bad. Because I'm in copper. So, we only lost because they were bad. Just complete and utter. It's their fault. But yeah. I'm a cooperative gamer first, for sure. Can't hear the game peak without thinking of Ubisoft's shitty snowboarding game Steep. I think I remember Steep coming out. But every time I think about snowboarding games, I think it's SSX Tricky and Snowboard Kids. And honestly, I just think that snowboarding games are shit. Honestly, gonna be so honest, I don't know any sports games that I was like mega into like this sports game. You know? I'm not like a sports. I don't even have a category on my Steam wish list. My Steam games list for sports. Rematch is pretty good. Came out recently. What the fuck is Rematch? Is it on Steam? Can I look at it right now? Rematch. Is this a soccer game? Ew. Shut up. I just don't care about soccer or European football. I just don't care, you know? Oh, I mean, I guess if we're counting all sports, the Tony Hawk games I got into for a little while when I was young. Horse games. Horse games. Pocket Stable. Rival Stars Horse Racing. VR edition. Fucking Horse Tales. Emerald Valley Ranch. Could you imagine with like people playing Uma Musume right now on streams and stuff? If I all of a sudden just picked up like a bunch of horse games and we just started playing a bunch of horse games on stream. Everyone's like Uma Musume and I'm like fucking Rival Horse Stars Racing Desktop Edition. Horses. Bruh. Alright, I can't say I never got really into a sports game. Uma Musume is listed as an anime cute free-to-play horses sports game. And I'm really into Uma Musume. My favorite sports game right now is Bloodborne. Blood Bowl 2. Imagine Bloodborne 2. Bruh. Fishing Planet. Sorry, I'm in sports games right now on Steam, and I'm seeing all the shit that they have for sports games. Scoot X. What the fuck? Why would you ever call a game Scoot X? It's fucking Tony Hawk for scooters. That's so funny. How many people are buying Scoot X? It has 109 reviews. Fucking Jesus Christ, that's amazing. The Hunter, Call of the Wilds, Alberta Hunting Preserve. And the picture is of water with a beaver in it. Top Spin, fucking Backyard Baseball. God damn it. Sports games. Bloodborne 2 is coming to Switch. Bloodborne 2 is not coming to Switch. That's just some new shit that they're making that's gonna probably be like Bloodborne and probably run like garbage. And it's gonna cost like $140. And probably if you buy it and put it into your fucking... If you buy it and put it into your Switch 2, they'll brick it because they'll think that you're stealing software or something. Every time I hear news about the Switch 2, it just pisses me off more and more. Like, what the fuck just happened? I was looking at my shitty sports games on Steam. I heard a story, like a news story thing, that some people who... There was a guy... Sorry. Gotta get the story straight. There was a guy who put a used Switch 1 game into his Switch 2, okay? It was previously owned, and he bought it legit, and put it into his Switch 2, and they bricked his console because they had assumed that it was, like, some kind of third-party mod or something. Apparently, Brazil is threatening to take legal action against Nintendo for their ability to brick people's consoles for any reason. Good! Because it's fucking bullshit. And like the Switch 2 is my least favorite console, I think, of all time. I've never been like mad. I've been like upset or whatever. I've been like sad about game console releases because of like prices or whatever. But I've never been angry about a console coming out and how it's been like how it's been as just a console in general. Like, the PS3 was overpriced as shit when it came out and was ridiculous. But I wasn't mad, I just wasn't gonna get one. The Switch 2 is overpriced, the games are overpriced, it has no games, and they can brick your console at any time for some arbitrary reason. No thank you. Nope. Not a chance. The PS3 did launch with games. A lot of them were bad, but they launched with games. What the fuck was the one game about the dragons? Does anybody remember that? I feel like a psychopath anytime I bring it up to people. It used the 6-axis controls where you had to like move the fucking controller around to fly the dragon. But I feel like a psychopath when I talk about it because no one ever remembers it. And I don't remember what it's called, and I think it might have been called Layer. But I feel like that might be wrong. I remember it so distinctly. I remember it being like part of the advertising campaign for the console or something. It was so dumb. Or the 6-axis controller, maybe? I don't know. It was so bad. Anytime they add motion controls to a game that's like mandatory for movement or anything, it's so bad. There's been one instance where it was kind of cool, and even then it was... I would have rather just been able to push the button. Like Skyward Sword, was it cool that I could swing the sword with my hand? Sure. But I could have also just pressed a button. Like I had been doing for years. Like, I can't go on my fucking Nintendo rant again. I gotta just, you know... I gotta let them be. And, like, I've been upset about other console releases. Do not get me wrong. Other consoles have released and have made me sad or angry. Am I upset that the PS5 launched and I literally own one and I literally don't touch it because there's nothing to play for it? Yeah. What am I gonna play on my PS5? You know? Demon's Souls? I did that already. Now what? I'm happy that the games are coming to PC because they should have from the start anyway. But like... I don't feel the special reason to play my consoles anymore. And there's a part of that that's kind of sad, but there's a part of it that I've always wanted. For me, the only thing I used my PS5 for was Baldur's Gate 3 until I got Steam Next. See, but like... I could play that on PC, so I just played it on PC. Which is fine for me. I just... Really, the big thing for me about the console is, like... Now it's just about the controller. Is that controller better than the controller I own? Yes? Then I'll use it. No? Then I won't. And honestly, I don't think a controller's gonna come out for a long time that's gonna beat out the controller I currently have. Because I think 8BitDo really knew how to make a controller when they made the 8BitDo Pro, like, Ultimate Pro or whatever. Because that controller's fucking awesome. It's an Xbox layout, which is my, like, lesser preferred layout. But it just feels good, and it feels premium, and it has a little charging station. I don't know what it is with the console fucking shit with their controllers. Having the dock come with the controller that I can just sit it on to charge it is a massive upgrade to any controller. This controller, I want to play with it. I pick it up off the thing, it automatically connects to my PC. If I don't want to play it, I put it back on the thing, it starts to charge. And it disconnects on its own. Unbelievable. It's so good. Other than that, I guess I used it for Genshin and Persona 5 Reload. Persona 5 Royal. Everything else. Yeah, see, everything else that I play is on PC. That's the problem. It's more money for a dock that barely works, but like, if you just make the control, like, I think the 8BitDo Ultimate Controller, I have no idea how much it costs. I think it's like $100 and something dollars. But like, a PS5 controller is like $80 or more, and an Xbox One or Xbox, what the fuck is the Xbox called right now? Whatever the Xbox is right now, its controller is about the same. And then they have like the premium version of the Xbox controller that's more. Add a fucking charging dock, put the battery internal. It's so good. The Series X. Can we just have consoles with normal names? PlayStation, I think, is the company that knew what they were doing when they made the PlayStation, and then they made the PlayStation 2. Oh, makes sense. There's the first one that's just called the PlayStation, and then there's the PlayStation 2, the sequel to the PlayStation 1, and then they made the PlayStation 3, sequel to the PlayStation 2, and then they were like, let's make the PlayStation 4. Bam, nice and easy. PS3, and then they made the PS5. Holy shit, it's the newest one after the PS4. Crazy. You follow the line, it's super easy. Xbox was like, we're gonna release the Xbox, and then the Xbox 360, as if it's made like a full revolution, become amazing, whatever. Then what do? Then they're like, the Xbox One. Alright, first, now I'm confused, because we had the Xbox, which was the original, which would be the Xbox One. But it can't be the Xbox One because the Xbox One was the newest one. The sequel to the Xbox 360. So we went from the 360 to the lowest number. And then we go from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series S and X. First of all, you release two consoles that are different, that are part of the same console line. And they are different, have different specs, cost two different amounts. Not only was that already confusing, but it's the newest thing in the series, and it's called something completely fucked up. And then, we get the fucking Nintendo. They make the Nintendo Entertainment System. And then they make the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Makes sense as a sequel to the console. Then they make the Nintendo 64. What? And then from there, after the Nintendo 64, they make the GameCube. And then after the GameCube, they make the Wii. And then after the Wii, they make the Wii U. Can we talk about how the fact that we started with the Nintendo Entertainment System, and then we had a console called the Wii? The Wii. On their own, they make sense. The Nintendo Entertainment System, it's just trying to be an entertainment system for homes. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System is supposed to be a better version of that. The Nintendo 64 for the 64-bit games. The GameCube, because it was literally a cube that played games. Makes sense. The Wii? The Wii. Why is it called the Wii? Why is it as powerful as, like, a fucking... a toaster? Why does it randomly have backwards compatibility with the GameCube? Why did they make a Canadian exclusive version of it as a testing ground? That was red. And why after the Wii do you make the Wii U with a fucking gamepad that's bigger than, like, my fucking iPad? I just brought my Wii U in the other day. Holy fucking shit, that thing is enormous. I completely forgot in comparison to the Wii how big the Wii U is. It is enormous. And then after you fumble the ball with the Wii U, because nobody knew that the Wii U was something different from the Wii, and then you had the gamepad, and people thought the gamepad was an extension for the Wii, but it wasn't because they're stupid. And then, so then they're like, fuck it. The Switch. Which, like, okay. It's just a Wii with a different nunchuck and Wiimote. Like, have people realized that yet? And then the first good decision they make with, like, naming their consoles is they released another console that's basically just the Switch. It looks basically the same, and they just called it the Switch 2. And it's a big leap in performance, better than the first one, because the first one is as strong as, like, a modern smartphone. And the new one is probably a little bit stronger than your phone. But, like, how you go from the Nintendo 64 to the GameCube to the Wii? You got little boys asking their parents, like, Mom, Dad, I want a Wii for Christmas. Motherfucker, you can Wii whenever you want. We got a bathroom upstairs. Get up there. Just go Wii whenever you want. Like, what are we doing? And then that was, like, the Wii, one of the best-selling consoles of all time. Also a fucking disaster. You're telling me Nintendo, a company known for making games for a company known for making video games for children, literally small children, and who everyone on this earth knows that children are stupid. Everybody. If you don't know that children are stupid, you're learning at the stream today. Hello, welcome. My name is Tsuki Moonsong. I'm teaching you today that children are stupid. You give them a fucking remote that they have to hold in their hand. Okay, and you're telling them, you gotta put the little wrist strap on because there's danger. First of all, kids do not listen to that fucking shit. You tell kids to put their helmet on when they're riding their bike, fucking half the time they're not doing that, and then they fall down, they crack their head off the sidewalk. Bam. Dumb. Dumbass kid. So you give them this fucking remote in their hand, and then you tell them, this Zelda game requires that you swing your fucking arm around to slash the sword. Guess what? That Wii remote, into your TV, into the glass table in your living room, into fucking anything, into the dog, into your grandma. Like, are you stupid? You gave them a thing that they're supposed to swing around. Are you kidding? It's like when they came up with Rock Band. Seems all innocent, whatever. Oh, you're gonna play music. It's gonna be so fun. Is that safe? Is it safe? You got Rock Band, and one of the fucking things that your kid can play is the goddamn drums. Now they're holding two fucking wooden sticks in their hand that they're swinging around like a spaz. And next thing you know, they let go of one of them, and the sister's got a fucking stick in her head. Bonk. She was singing, and now she's not singing. She's on the ground. Like, hello? At least the Wii came with Wii Sports for free. Well, yeah. I mean, like, it came with... But that's another thing. That's another thing about the console. You give the kids this controller, they gotta swing around and play the games. You give them Wii Sports, which has Wii Tennis, where you gotta swing the fucking bat around so you can hit the ball. You give them bowling, where they're literally... They have to hold the controller, press the buttons, and then as they're going to throw, they have to release the buttons to throw the ball, and the controller has to be pointed, like, at the screen. You're basically asking them to release the controller into the screen. You're like, please throw your controller at the TV. Now. Like, how many kids, not even just kids, how many people threw their Wiimote at their TV? How many times did it happen? Because, like, what's the percentage of people that are wearing this fucking wrist strap? Like, honest to God. if people are breaking their VR controllers and they're fucking and like dropping them and shit, they also have wrist straps that you don't do it. But people drop them and they break them all the time. You're telling me that that so many people with a Wii were responsible enough to wear that wrist strap all the time? Like, I did personally, but the Wii was also marketed towards families, not just kids. Yeah, but we also need to remember that there are lots of stupid people as well. There are stupid children, because children are stupid in general. But there are just also stupid people. Have you seen how many people play a game in VR and then will actually like fully fucking run into walls and shit? They're just like, oh no, I'm afraid. Bang into a wall. I've played VR. It's not that realistic. You could just take the headset off and you will feel fine. I don't know. It's been a lot of stupid crap. And the Wii remote, bad idea. Thank you. The Wii remote, bad idea. The Joy-Con, better idea, still bad controller. Also, is Nintendo advertising their stuff to families or to children? Because the Wii was clearly advertised to families. The Wii was advertised to no one. The Switch, seemingly by the advertisements, was advertised at like young adults. If you watch the actual ads that came out for it. And those controllers are fucking tiny. I have small-ish hands, okay? And those controllers are tiny. They're hard to use. I have no desire to play VR. I feel like that would eventually give me motion sickness. I'm not prone to motion sickness myself, but I did get motion sick playing one specific game. And that was Skyrim VR. I don't know what it is. I think it was one of the anti-motion sickness like things that they'd added to the game. Where like the screen would like darken at the edges and become more like pinpointed as you remove, the faster you were moving. But the way it did it just made me sick. Oh, fun. My nose is bleeding. It must have gotten exceptionally dry in this room. Give me a moment before my rant continues. Okay, I think I might have halted its progress. I feel like giving children any access to a controller they can throw easily and like encouraging that kind of motion, probably a bad idea. I just want to know who would actually want to use the Switch 2 mouse function. The Joy-Cons are the biggest thing I would have innovated on at the time. I want to use the mouse function. This very specifically, if I had a Switch 2 and I got the new Metroid Prime or whatever, I want to see if they add mouse aiming to that. That's what I want to see. If they add mouse aiming to Metroid Prime, it'll be like the best Metroid Prime game ever. Because I think that would be cool. I think it would be a cool addition to the series. And giving a mouse function to one of the controllers, good. Fucking cool. If they want to innovate on the Joy-Con and make it more useful, literally, just innovate on it and make it more useful. Try to add as many features into that little fucking destructive monstrosity that you can. I think that where Nintendo fails the most is in its controllers. To be honest. Because, like, this is going to be a controversial opinion, too. I think the kings of the controller was PlayStation. They come out with the original PlayStation 1 controller, and it's literally just a D-pad for the 4 buttons and then the triggers. Right? It makes sense. R1, R2, L1, L2. Controller's kind of boring, kind of basic, whatever. Then they add the 2 joysticks to the controller, and basically nothing has changed in the controller since. They've changed the shape a little bit, added the fucking touchpad that no one uses. Other than that, the PlayStation controller is basically the same still. Xbox had the fucking Duke, and then the regular controller, and then nothing really changed over time. Perfectly fine controller, works totally great. They used to have the black and white button, but then they got rid of that and added R1 and R2. Or R1 and L1. Or the bump, sorry, RB and LB. But then you get to Nintendo, and they make the old ass controllers. It was the same as everything back then. But then they make the N64 controller, which was a nightmare. And then they make the GameCube controller, which was like probably their best design that they had. Then it's the fucking the Wiimote with the nunchuck, and then the Pro controller for that, which was a little strange. And then they make the Wii U with the giant gamepad. And then they make the Pro controller for that, which was kind of weird, kind of Xboxy, but still like kind of cheap and toyish. And then they make the Joy-Cons, which are too small for normal hands. And then they make the Switch 2, which is basically the same issue. They just make them a little bit bigger. Whoa, printable Joy-Con holders that you can use to make it a mouse. That's illegal. That's third party. Bricking your console right now. Bricks your console for adding a grip to your Joy-Con. Did you add a grip to your Joy-Con? Banned for life. Because Nintendo wanted it to be a slick tablet design. I can't make it more useful. Listen, if we're gonna ask why design choices were made about some consoles, fucking people make fun of the Xbox Series X or whatever for being a fucking block that looks like a router. But at least it's literally just a fucking box. It's literally just a fucking box that you put on your TV stand or whatever. The PlayStation 5 is this giant thing with fucking wings on it, and it looks like it's supposed to be from like a futuristic movie. Looks ridiculous. And then the Switch 2, it's just a tablet with a weird dock. Yeah, and they could make more money selling Joy-Con holders, which is technically against their own rules. You just touch your Switch, you've been put on the no-fly list. Yeah, it's called the no-game list. No playing your video games anymore. Nintendo is... This is something... Nintendo's gonna get some shade here. Nintendo Like a Sony, Xbox, whatever. They're like, don't pirate our stuff. We'll be mad about it, right? I love that question. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or no bacon but no games? But Nintendo getting some shade. PlayStation, Xbox don't like the pirating. They're very upset about it. They don't like it. They'll bitch about it whenever. Understandable that they don't like piracy. They want you to buy the games so the game companies can keep making money so they make more games, blah, 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 whatever. Nintendo is so against you pirating their games. Recently, they contacted the FBI so that the FBI could get involved with getting rid of websites that are hosted in America. Huge side story. Not only does Nintendo not fucking even sell the old games, because the old games are what people like, they don't sell the old games that people fucking like. But now you can't even... There's a chance that you do something slightly wrong to their rulings, and you can't even play the fucking console you bought. You buy the console. You buy the games. You put in an old game that might have been used by somebody else, potentially brick your fucking console. If I can't buy the fucking console and play my fucking legitimate games on my goddamn console, where else am I gonna play them except if I pirate them? If you're not gonna even let me play my own fucking games on my own fucking console that I bought with my own money, then where the fuck else am I supposed to play them other than pirating them? Where do you play your games if Nintendo doesn't even want you to play the games on the console you bought with your money? Like, hello? Nintendo? Like, imagine buying a game on Steam. Imagine you have your Steam account, right? You got your whatever games. Let's say you've got like 100 games in your Steam account. You play your games normally, whatever, and then one month you decide, you know what? I'm gonna sign up for Humble Bundle Monthly. And you sign up and you get the code for your game and then you put the code in your Steam account and then fucking Valve is like, delete that fucking Steam account now. I can't believe that they would do that. I can't believe that they would buy a game from a third-party source and activate it with the activation system that we have. I cannot believe they would do that. Ban that account. That's just Nintendo right now. Did we break your account? Better fork over another $450 for a new one. $450? $450? $450? Nuh-uh. Where is it? $450? You mean $629.96? You mean with taxes, basically $700? This Switch 2? For basically $700? Just so you can play the games that you already own, that you already paid for on the console you bought? Even with the conversion, I think it's still more than that. Even with conversion, that's still fucking like, that would end up being like $470 or more. But like $629. This is for the normal edition of the console. That's for the normal, that is just for the regular console. That is for the normal fucking console. Also, if they brick your console, don't they also take out your account? So it's not like you can log into your Nintendo account on your new Switch. Like, if this was a story, like the story I saw was someone who had bought, like, I think it was a used copy of Breath of the Wild from somebody else, or Tears of the Kingdom or something, and they bought a used copy from somebody else, and they put it into their Switch 2, and their Switch 2 got bricked. Like, yeah, they contacted Nintendo, and Nintendo is investigating to reverse the decision. But we can't be investigating to reverse the decision of they bricked my console for buying a Nintendo game and playing it on my Nintendo console. And this wasn't even a third-party game that they bought secondhand. This is a first-party game that they bought secondhand from somebody else. Like, are we going insane right now? It's a first-party game. It is a Nintendo game. Open my water as loudly as possible. All I'm saying is that people would be so pissed off if Steam was bricking your account for, like, adding on Steam games or buying games off of a third-party platform to put onto your Steam account. Imagine all of, like, the CSGO players who would, like, lose their fucking minds. Could you imagine you bought a case from one of those third-party websites in CSGO or whatever, Counter-Strike or whatever it is, whichever Counter-Strike it is? You buy a case for that game on a third-party website, and then Steam bans your fucking account? I can't even believe it. The thing is, the user agreement for the Switch 2, this is gonna be fucking crazy. The user agreement for the Switch 2 specifically states that you cannot file a class action lawsuit against them. You can sue them one-on-one, where it's gonna be you and your own money versus their fucking mega lawyers. But you can't have, like, a full class action thing with it if you bought a console and signed up for their shit. So you'd have to hope that somebody who wasn't involved in the Nintendo shit decided to step forward and sue the shit out of them on behalf of everybody else. Which is it's wild. Nintendo's getting away with, like, literally criminal action. I think that if they're gonna be shitty, then tell them no. The Nintendo Switch 2 is anti-consumer, which isn't allowed. We know that's not allowed. Fucking Apple got in trouble for it. Apple. They've gotten in trouble for the anti-consumer practices that they've had 2 times already. At least, well, 2 times that I at least know of. Apple got in trouble because people found out that the forced failure of the Apple devices was a real thing, and then they admitted it, and they got sued for it. The forced obsolescence. They got sued for that. They got in a lot of trouble for that. And then the EU was like, hey, you know how you have your own proprietary fucking connector for this stupid fucking phone? This stupid fucking lightning cable that everybody loses because they break and they're shitty? Stop fucking doing that. Put a USB-C on this shit now. And they sued the shit out of them, and then they had to do it. Which is why the new Apple devices have a USB-C on them. So it matches every other piece of technology right now because that's the standard. And having a lightning bolt connector or a thunderbolt connector, whatever the fuck they called it, was dumb. And everybody knew that they were bad, including Apple. It was just another way that they were forcing obsolescence and is stupid. So, we just need like a big government. We just need big government to go after Nintendo. Be like, hey, fuck off. Imagine like, didn't Genshin come out for the Switch or something? Imagine trying to play Genshin on your Switch and then you get your console bricked because you're playing Genshin. Like, it's like, that's a weird third-party thing that's trying to get onto your console. Bricked. Maybe Stop Killing Games will open that door. Hopefully. I'm so down for the Stop Killing Games thing. The first reaction I had to the Stop Killing Games thing was like, what does that mean for companies like Bungie with Destiny 2? Right? Because like, they killed most of that game because it's, quote, too big and it wouldn't fit on the game or whatever, which is a load of shit and everybody knows it. But like, what does it mean for that? When they go to shut down the Destiny 2 servers, are they just, if Stop Killing Games goes through, they're just not gonna be allowed to? Or are they just gonna have to form some way for you to be able to play Destiny 2 offline? Which would be crazy. But I think that'd be cool. Or like you could host like a private server. You have like little private little lobbies or whatever with your friends. Where it's like hosted, one person's hosting and then everybody plays. I'd be down for that. Because Destiny, you play with your fucking friends pretty much alone anyway. Unless you're playing PvP. Which I did, but I don't anymore. I don't know, it just... I'm down for the Stop Killing Games thing. I'm down for the companies to not be allowed to just shut shit off anymore. But, in saying that, I want to know what that means for MMOs. Specifically. You know? What specifically would it mean for, like, you want to play, like, you know, Final Fantasy 14, and it's been years and the servers get shut down? What does it mean? Do the servers stay up forever? Are they forced to pay that bill? Or is it going to be turned into a single-player experience where I could play it alone? They can hand off the code to people and allow it, and allows the community to pick it up from them. Yeah, but the thing is like, where would the rules with that sit? I guess this is something they deliberate later, but like, if they hand over the code to the community to be allowed to make their own servers or whatever, could they then charge monthly fees for you to play? And if so, your character data is saved on their servers. Do you keep that or does it go away? Like Final Fantasy XIV, I've put hours and hours and hours and hours into that game. Do I lose it all? Just whenever the servers go down? Because that would be kind of sad. Again, I get that might happen. I understand that. But I don't want it to. They could also make an area that allows you to play solo. See, I think that the whole thing, for me personally, I think that it should become like one of those, like, they don't have to host it, right? They just need to implement a system where you can play with your friends, like not, obviously not like local co-op, but like, you know, where you play like, where somebody has to host the server. They'd have to let you have your character's data on your computer, obviously at that point, because you would have to have your characters, which would let people fiddle with files and stuff. Things would get all fucked up. But I think that it would just be better. Because then, like, if I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, then I could just host a server and still have my friends come and we could play together. MMOs, I understand, are difficult in this situation, but it's one of the places that my mind goes because I know a lot of MMOs get shut down and they're just nothing anymore. I'm not expecting Final Fantasy XIV to go anywhere. I'm not expecting WoW to go anywhere, but if the situation came to that, I want to know what would happen. In general, I think it means that they have to prepare for an end-of-life plan for always online games. See, and I think an end-of-life plan in this in the stop killing games thing is to keep them alive forever, which, understandable. I just want to know what that looks like. Like, I'm not against it. I'm totally for it, because I don't think you should pay for a game and then have it just disappear after a certain amount of time, because that sucks. Because it gives the company the opportunity that they could just get rid of it literally whenever they wanted. Which is just fucking annoying. Imagine you're playing, like... Imagine you're, like, a huge WoW player. Like, you're so into it. You got this big guild or whatever. You're playing. And all of a sudden, one day, Blizzard just says, you know what? WoW costs us too much money, and we're not fucking making this anymore. And then you just, like... fucking Control-Alt-Delete the whole thing. Fuck it. Delete that server. Delete the whole thing. That shit's gone. And you've been paying your subscription for months. You bought the expansions. You paid stuff in the cash shop even, maybe. And they just decided, fuck that, we're done. Like, that would be awful. Or even games that have, like, extensive single-player or small multiplayer options. Like, Destiny. Sure, it's quote-unquote an MMO, but normally you play missions with, like, 2 other people. You're telling me that that once Bungie decides, fuck it, we're not supporting the servers anymore, the game is just gone? Like, Destiny 1 is just not a game? Like, that's not cool. You bought it. It should just be a game that you own. The only way I'm okay with, like, you owning a game and then one day all of a sudden the game just shuts down and you don't own it anymore is, like, I own games on Game Pass, but I don't fucking own them. They're not mine. I have Game Pass, which gives me access to certain games. But I don't own them. Right? If that makes sense. I don't own the game. I just have access to play the game. And if one of those got shut down and I couldn't play it anymore, I completely understand because I don't have it. Because I didn't own it in the first place. It was like having a day pass to like a arcade. I had it that day, but the next day I don't have it anymore. Whereas like a game on my Steam account, I own that game. I bought it with my money. Specifically that game. It can't just go away. Yeah. I mean, if you're in, I think it's Europe, right? If you're in Europe and you can sign the petition, absolutely sign it. There's literally no negative. Will it stop some companies from making certain games? Maybe. But if they're gonna plan on pulling the rug out from people anyway, it was a good idea that you signed it anyways. Because then people aren't buying a game they're not gonna be able to play whenever they want. Like, there's certain games that if I wasn't able to play them anymore, it would be fine because I haven't played them in a long time. But I would rather the game was still around so that other people could play it who want to play it. Like, I own Age of Empires 2, but I don't fucking play Age of Empires 2. But I would be sad if they just shut everything down and you couldn't play Age of Empires 2 anymore. Because there's people who play it right now. And there's people who might play it in the future. So I would be sad if they just said, fuck that, and got rid of it. Like, certain single-player stuff, certain, like, single-player games or multiplayer games that have multiplayer things added, like, aspects to it. The Monster Hunter games, for example, Monster Hunter 1, 2, 3 don't have online anymore. They're gone. The servers are gone. You cannot play online in Monster Hunter, in those Monster Hunters anymore. I think there's direct connection you can do, because that was the thing they added in to let you play the game. But you can't play online on an online server anymore. I'm sad, but you can still play the game, so it's fine. Because Monster Hunter is a very, like, community-based game, so playing it with other people means a lot. And I get that that's what a lot of these games are like, but you can still play it. So the baseline is still there. The game itself is still there. Like, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne. Those games you can play online, but if the online for them shut down one day, that's fine, because you still have the game. It's still the same game, you just don't have the online aspect to it. I think that if they shut down the server for the game and then you couldn't play Dark Souls anymore, is bullshit. Friday the 13th is a fucking fantastic example of those kind of games. Friday the 13th was a fun, stupid fucking... It was basically Dead by Daylight, but you could only play as Jason versus the campers. It was funny, it was fun, you run around with people, and then IP issues, they'd shut down all the servers. Now you literally can't play the game anymore. It just... There's not a single player aspect to that game. That game is an entirely multiplayer thing, and you can't play it anymore. And it's really sad because that game was really fun and really funny. It's a great thing to do. Like, streamers should have loved it because it's a great thing to do with your community. To just fuck around and, like... You as the streamer, you either play as Jason, you run after everybody screaming, or you play as one of the campers, and you're like the people in your stream are like, one of them's trying to kill all of you, and the rest of them are just screaming because not only are they hyped that they're playing with a streamer, because this happens a lot. People are so super excited to play games with their streamer, and then, and then they're also just excited because they're just playing a game with people and they're playing a game with friends or whatever. Like, I just... Games like that, I'm sad to see go. And that game is a perfect example of one where, like, if I'm the streamer and I'm streaming Friday the 13th, I could host a server and we could all play on it together. That's how it should be able. I should be able to do that. It shouldn't just become a nothing. The game shouldn't have just deleted itself, pretty much. I'm trying to think of like other games that are like that. Like fighting games, it's fine. Those servers go down. You can't play for your fighting game with people anymore. That's fine because you still have all the other modes that are in the game. You can still play against CPUs. Is it not the same? Sure, but you can also play it offline with people. Totally still fully a game. Totally fine. But games that are primarily multiplayer online things that become non-existent without the other people's like input or whatever, that sucks. That sucks. No, I know it wasn't the publisher's fault in that situation. That was an IP thing, which is stupid as fuck. How fucking old? The first Friday the 13th movie came out in 1980. 1980. And they made a game about it that was fun that people liked. And then they're like, you don't own that properly. You can't make it. Fuck off. Fuck you. What are you, mad that people were having fun? What, were you mad that you specifically weren't making the money about it? They must have thought that they had the rights from somewhere. So fuck you. Like, just let people be. Let people have fun. Like, I don't think anybody should be able to make anything out of anything, right? Like, I don't think you should be able to, like, it's not like tomorrow I can make a Power Rangers game with, like, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers specifically. Right? You need to have some kind of thing there. But, like... I don't know. Just, like, I don't know. It just feels so dumb to have something lost like that that was so fun because somebody was mad about some stupid fucking shit. Like, imagine... I don't know. I can't even think of a stupid situation like that. Just like... I'm trying to think of one now, and it's not going to come to me. That's just not going to happen. Yeah. Imagine, like... Imagine that... Wizards of the... Is it Wizards of the Coast that owns Dungeons and Dragons? Whatever. Whoever owns Dungeons and Dragons... Imagine they went after Dragon Age Origins, because Dragon Age Origins was somewhat based off of the Dungeons and Dragons situation. Like, the way that the RPG was built and everything was kind of built off of Dungeons and Dragons. Imagine if they went after them and then you couldn't play Dragon Age anymore. The whole series wasn't a thing because Dungeons and Dragons was mad about it. That's fucking... It's so stupid. It's fucking dumb. And I get that Friday the 13th is literally the exact IP, one for one, that they didn't want out there. But it's stupid. Like... It's just dumb. Imagine if the fucking You know the Sonic fan games or whatever that were made by all those people, and then they got together, like Sega brought them in, and they're like, "Hey, make a game," and they made Sonic Mania. Imagine instead of doing that, they said "fuck you," and they just shut down all the like the fan games or whatever, and then like just like they were just like fuck that and shut it all down, even though they could have had like Sonic Mania, which is a huge game. Like imagine. Then they beat Nintendo. Exactly. And Nintendo, the children's video game company, are the villains of gaming right now. Like what? Like, why are indie games blowing up right now? Because indie game designers are fucking smart and they're cool and they just make shit that's fun. They're just making things that are fun and enjoyable experiences. Do we not understand that fun and enjoyable is what everybody wants? Fun and enjoyable. Fun, a plus enjoyable, equal want. Fun plus enjoyable equal good. Yay! Like, hello? Hello? Yeah, Larian right now, the people's champion of like developers or whatever, because they're just like, hey, you know Baldur's Gate 3 and how you were modding it to put cool shit in it? Here's a tool to make that easier. Crazy. Like, you want more content for the game? We will patch it for free. Here's some cool new fucking classes and shit. Like, imagine for a moment, okay? Larian as a company, they make Baldur's Gate 3, huge fucking success of a game. Fucking massive, colossal fucking game. People are all about it. People play it forever. There's people playing it on stream right now on Twitch. I could probably find like a bunch of people playing it, okay? But in saying that, you watch these streams, this person's doing this person's doing this, this person's doing that. Let's say they're all just playing the regular story. You fucking want to play the game, and you're like, man, I played all the classes, but I want to play some new ones. Boom, they hit you with a new update. They're like, look at all these new subclasses that you're getting for free. For free. They gave out some subclasses. They're just like, fuck, we just added a whole bunch of new subclasses for free to your game that added a whole bunch of content to your video game. You're welcome. What? If this was like any other game, they'd be like, we'll add an expansion that adds like 3 quests to the game. That's like a quote, big story quest. And you'll fucking get like 2 classes with it. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's amazing. Wow. No, fuck you. Like, are you kidding me? Larian's like, you want new classes in your game? Fuck it. Done. You're welcome. Fucking even like fucking Bloodborne, and one of my favorite games, like, you want new weapons in your fucking game? Here's the DLC with new weapons. Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of story with it too, but you want new weapons? Go fuck yourself. Only the DLC. Like, what? Remember the EA CEO that said for Battlefield, if they run out of bullets in the mag, make them pay for more? What? Is that true? Did he say that? That wouldn't surprise me. I wish that Artificer was an officially added class. Let me have a gun. I mean, that could be cool. my thing is like, slight hot take, right? I love Vampire Survivors. Fucking love the game. I played it for a long time. I don't play it anymore, but I played it for a long time. It was like $5 when I bought it. Super worth it. Larian, huge company. They're like, you want new subclasses? Bam, here's some new subclasses for free. I think they've added story quests in or something at some point, like little side quests or whatever at some point. The fucking Vampire Survivors, they're like, we added new characters to the game, but they're in the DLC, and there's like 4 DLCs. You're like, okay, but like, why? I understand adding the maps or whatever to the DLC, but the characters too. This game was $5 and you got bought out by fucking Xbox for $1 million. Not $1 million, but I don't actually know the number, but like they got bought, like just... Like games like Repo and Lethal Company, they're adding like, here's a free fucking update, boom, here's a whole bunch of new content for free. This is a company that sold their game for like $15. Here's your free update, boom. There's new monsters, new maps, new items, new this, new that. Huge. Fucking enter the dungeon. We're adding new bosses, new floors, new guns, new synergies. The fact that there are synergies with the weapons, new fucking followers, new this, new that, new characters for free. Hello? Like, are we for real? And then there's big companies like fucking like Activision, and they're like, the new Call of Duty will have like 55 guns, and if you want this special one, you gotta pay $5. Excuse you? Stardew Valley, new events and character sprites for free. Boom. Huge. Huge. And like, this is the difference of games that are like, you know, like even like Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is $16.99 Canadian. So it's like $14 American. $14, $15 American. Free. You want some new shit? Here it is for free. Like, Enter the Gungeon. It's like $20. You want some new shit? Here it is for free. Lethal Company, $12.99, $13 probably, but like $10 American. $10 game, you want some free updates? Bam, here's some shit for free. And it's not like little, like, even if they are little updates and they make like a bunch of little updates, they're still adding a lot of things. Whereas like, fucking Christ, Destiny 2, free-to-play game. We're gonna put this all into perspective. Free-to-play game, expansions that you pay for, that go down in price apparently fucking wildly fast, because Lightfall is $2.99 right now. But they add an expansion that adds like, you know, it'll add like a class with a few abilities, and like a few guns and a bit of story. And then take out all the old story. Expensive as fuck, adds barely nothing. Like, what? It takes out old shit? We're playing games that are taking out old content and making you pay for new content. Imagine you didn't pay for the new content. Now you're just losing some of the content you already had. I'm dying. Wormworld is the only game that I don't have a problem with them adding DLC, because they're basically officially added mods. I feel like I'd be more against that. Wormworld has DLC? Bruh. Excuse me? Shut up, Wormworld. There's no way. I'm fucking against that. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. If I wanted to buy RimWorld and the DLC that they've put out for the game right now, it's fucking over $200. I'm like stunned. No game. I don't give a fuck. There's never a situation where a game should be over $200. Never. Me personally, I'm never getting $200 worth of value out of a single game. Ever. The closest I've probably come to that is Final Fantasy XIV, and that's because I've played that game for like 8,000 hours. $200? $200? And you said that the DLCs are basically mods? Nah. That's like some fucking Crusader Kings level DLC. That's fucking garbage. It's like playing The Sims. I bought my Sims for $785. Now I can have pets and go on vacation. Like, motherfucker, for $700 you could have a pet and go on vacation in real life. Maybe not a good one, but like, you could fucking go somewhere. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm just... Ugh. I'm okay with DLC. Do not get that whole statement wrong. I'm not against downloadable content for a game. If you put like work into it or whatever, absolutely, I'm okay with it. I think at max, one game should have 2 DLCs. Because if you're gonna keep adding and keep adding and keep adding and keep adding and keep adding, make a sequel. Keep the features from the first one with its DLCs. Make a sequel. I don't think that's unreasonable, because you've made it all already. See, no, 4 for 20 to 30 each is ridiculous. Because think about it. Even for a game like RimWorld, which is $30, okay? It's $30 and its DLCs are like 20 bucks. $30 plus 20 times 4. 30 and 80. Like crazy. Because then you're making the game like... I think that RimWorld or anything like a Paradox game can have DLCs that you pay for. I think that could be reasonable. But I think that 1 or 2 is your max. And you absolutely cannot just take mods that people have added and make them official. That's just Skyrim. And Skyrim's fucking bullshit additions were stupid as fuck. One of the additions added fishing, which they even addressed was a mod that they added. That's not you developing it, that's you stealing the ideas from your fans and putting it in the game. Fucking how about make your own shit? We already made this shit. You make your own thing, we'll do this. Like, if there was mods that added children, added new races, added friendly mechs and stuff, and then they just said, we're gonna add that in the biotech DLC, and then they charge you like 20 bucks for it, I would be pissed off. Because I had a mod that did that already, and I'm sure that when the DLC came out, that mod didn't work anymore. Like, that's dumb as fuck. Like, most modders are fairly entitled. Gonna put that out there. Most modders are fairly entitled people. But even then, don't just take their stuff. Don't just steal their things and put it in the game as an official thing and make people buy it. It was free before. There are a ton of mods of people that make that and they expect nothing for it. I understand that. But I think that, I don't know. I don't like DLCs in certain aspects. Like, the Bloodborne DLC that added that whole new area, added what's her name, added the new final boss, whatever. Added all the guns or whatever. I liked that because that was literally its own thing. It was literally an expansion to the game they'd made already. That was fully their own, all their own ideas, all this whatever. When you take ideas that the community has already made and then add it to the game, but even then, if they ask their, I just don't like that. There's mods already for that. If they had pre-planned to make these features, that's fine. But if they just took it from the modders, that's stupid. And like your example of the biotech mod adding those kind of features or whatever, or the biotech, not the mod, but the expansion, the DLC. I think that the biotech thing, if they were planning on taking it from the modders, it should have been a feature they added for free. Because at that point, you're taking features that somebody else has put into the game, making the people who play the game pay for it, and you didn't even really, you didn't come up with the idea, you didn't make it. But now you're implementing it yourself and making people pay for it. Which, that's not fair. Even with permission, that's not fair. That's not fair to the consumer or to the modder. The modder made the thing, everybody was so happy, and then they just add it to the game? And make you pay $20 for it? Like, no thank you. No thanks. It's just too much, you know? Like, for me, it's gotta be like, if you're gonna take features that were added in mods and put them into your game, put them in for free. If you want a mod to be official, put it in for free. Because it already is free. So making someone pay for it is ridiculous. They already have it. Or already have access to it. You bringing it to their access more easily, I don't think is fair. Well, yeah, they're going to be able to integrate the systems better than modders can. Modders don't have the access to the straight up everything the same way they do. The modders can't, fully develop the system. They don't have access to that. So I think that charging people for it is ridiculous. I think that charging people for basically a mod that you took is that's not cool. If the idea came from somewhere else, you shouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if it wasn't your idea as the developer, then you shouldn't make people pay for it. That's not cool. Also, if it's like a quality of life thing, you shouldn't pay for that either. A quality of life like DLC, that's stupid as fuck. You can play the game a little bit easier if you buy this. Fuck no. How about get bent? I actually do believe that. The whole, you make it for the game, we can steal it thing, that should be illegal. Because you're just stealing somebody else's idea. They made, just because they made it for your game, doesn't mean it's yours. It's theirs that they made for your game. They gave access to other people so they can use it. But they didn't make it so you could steal it and then take it for yourself. And especially take credit for it. They also open so many doors for modders to use without having to add 30 mods to get a single thing to add it. Yeah, but even then, that doesn't matter because at the base level, they're making people pay for this. Like, specifically RimWorld, which... Personally, I already think that shut up, RimWorld. Personally, I already think the $32 for RimWorld is absolutely astronomical. And that's on sale. It's $39.99. That's astronomical. But the fact that Anomaly and Biotech are $30, and Ideology and Royalty are $25, respectively. And Odyssey is $30. Is ridiculous. The fact that just for the DLC, which includes the soundtracks, which are like $7 each, the fact that the DLCs are $174 is ridiculous. I understand that people love this game or whatever. It is not a game worth $40 plus $30 per DLC. It just isn't. There are very, 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 very few games that are worth that kind of money. I'm like looking at I'm like more interested now in this. That's another thing. If the biotech stuff was added, ugh, gross. If the biotech stuff was added and it was a mod first, they mentioned nowhere on that page that it was a mod first. They just mentioned the features of what it was. Like, of what the DLC is. Raise the family, care for babies, watch over your children, genetic modification, meet new xenohuman factions, join the immortal blood drinkers, build and control mechanoids, challenge super mechanoid bosses, adapt to pollution. Yeah, there's a thing in our behavior that says the more time we spend in a thing would make it more willing to spend. But, like, how long has RimWorld been out? RimWorld came out in 2018, so RimWorld's almost been out, RimWorld's been out for 7 years. Okay? First of all, 7 years, the game is $40. Still. 7 years old. And each DLC is $30. The game is $40, the DLCs are $30. A DLC should never be that close to the cost of the game. Never. If I'm paying $40 for the game and I have a $30 DLC, that $30 DLC better be basically an entire new game on top of the game I'm playing. Like, that is ridiculous. If I'm paying $100 for fucking Mario Kart, whatever the fuck the new one is, and they release a DLC that's $80, I better be getting an entire new fucking Mario Kart out of that. Whole new character list that's the same length, all new tracks that are the same amount of tracks and the same amount of effort. I better be getting all of it. If I'm paying $40 for a game and paying $30 for DLC, I better be getting basically the whole game again of content. Like, just boom, all of it. $200 League skins. But that's, like... But, like, that's the thing. Dark Souls 3 is $80. Hear me out. Dark Souls 3 is $80. The Season Pass, which gets you both DLCs, is $39.50. The DLCs for Dark Souls 3 are massive. With RimWorld anomaly excluded, that is the quality of the deal. You're telling me... So what you're telling me is that RimWorld's base game is so small that raise a family, care for babies, watch over children, genetic modification, meet new xenohuman factions, join immortal blood drinkers, build and control mechanoids, challenge super mechanoid bosses, and adapt to pollution is the same size as the base game of $40? Raise a family, care for babies, watch over children is one feature. Genetic modification is a feature that's just added on top to everybody. So that's the second feature. Xenohuman factions, third feature. Join the immortal blood drinkers. We'll call that a separate feature. Build and control mechanoids. That's another feature. Challenge bosses. 6 features. Adapt to pollution. 7 features. So the initial game only had 7 features. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because technically, saying that, that would immediately make the Bloodborne DLC worth basically the same cost of the game if all they did was add weapons. Because that changes how you play. Because instead of having the cleaver, now you have, like, a fucking big cannon gun arm. Which is a totally separate way to play the game. I think RimWorld may be one of my best examples for how not to do DLC. Listening to all this just reinforces why I like Warframe. Why? What's the difference with Warframe? Bro, Warframe's got fucking expensive as shit DLCs. What are you talking about? Its DLCs are $482! Oh, but these aren't DLCs specifically. What are these? What is this? What am I looking at? Well, they're cosmetics. Who the fuck cares? Warframe doesn't have actual story-based DLCs. That's fucking cool. Yeah, but that's gotta be a fucking... There's gotta be an annoying-ass cash shop in that game, right? No? Just premium currency? Okay, so... We're gonna talk about Warframe. Pay to progress, not to win? Not to progress. It's pay to get you faster. That's technically pay to progress. Okay, you can trade premium currency within game stuff. So you can get the stuff faster with the premium currency, but you could get it normally in the game by taking a bunch of time to play it, whatever. Which is pay to progress, which isn't like awful. Instead of waiting 3 days, that's whatever. That's just more of like how much time are you willing to invest into the free game. Which is just like a sort of style, like a sort of kind of like a gacha system. It's not easy to explain if you don't have a frame of reference for how they change things. The xenotypes can do things like make a pawn afraid of fire. Yeah, but even then, I've played RimWorld like I think once. But regardless, the DLC should not be $30 if the game's $40. I think at most those DLCs should be $5. Because there's other games that are adding exactly that kind of content or more for nothing. And they're not big games. They're not big companies. They're not, like, whatever. Like, Enter the Gungeon added an entire new systems to the game for free. Fucking Terraria, I don't even have... Terraria is $13. And it added a fucking wealth of things to the game for nothing. They added stuff to the game this year. But Warframe seems to have the free-to-play mindset where you play. As long as you play the game a lot, you'll get the stuff you want. You never need to buy premium. Yeah. It's not like a need. It's more like you want this stuff now, you gotta buy it. But if you're willing to wait for the stuff you want, you can wait and you can get it. And like, that's not for me. That's too much time to invest. But it's free. So literally, I wonder how Warframe... I guess the people buy the cosmetics then, right? Because Warframe's got to make money somewhere. Because this game is 12 years old and still going. So it's got to make money somewhere. Yeah, that was cool as fuck. I just saw somebody... Sorry. I should not watch that. I watched somebody on their Warframe drive a motorcycle down a street and then they like skid on the side of it and throw it into people and explodes. It's kind of cool. But no, I don't think I'm ever going to be on the side of like... Like even, I fucking hate Crusader Kings for its DLCs and stuff. But like, its most expensive DLC is $40. And the game is $70. Which is the same kind of astronomically horrible as the other. But like, it's got some DLCs that are $7. It actually has a bunch of DLCs that are $7. If it only had $7 DLCs, that would be fine. It has too many DLCs, which is the problem. It has a DLC that's called Crusader Kings 3 Chapter 4. That's $60. That's ridiculous. But I think that... I don't know. I am mostly against how most games handle DLC. It's too expensive. It's too much. Like, Lies of P has 2, right? No, that's a cosmetic pack. Lies of P has 1 DLC. The game is $80. The DLC is $40. I think it's too much. But I could understand people buying it if that's the only one. But if a game's gonna have like 3, 4, 5 DLCs, they can't all be almost the same cost as the game. That's not fair to the consumer. It's just horrible to the people who play the game. And you can't say that they need it. Other companies are doing it for literally for free. What's DRG? What's DRG? Because for me, DRG is Dragoon. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic. I think Deep Rock Galactic has too many DLCs. I think a lot of those should just be like expansions that you just have. But meh. I think they mostly do that in a battle pass style system, right? I was gonna shit on Final Fantasy 16 for its DLC, but you can actually buy the 2 of them in a pack for $35. Which which isn't horrible. Not great. Game's like $70. So half the price of the game for 2 DLCs, which would make each one of them only like $15. I don't know. I just think that it's never worth that much. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Like, I can give 2 examples for what I like. For like, these are mostly cosmetic DLCs, but like, one of them's a playable one and it sort of pisses me off, but I'll go through it. Halo Infinite had a battle pass system where you could get cool cosmetics and stuff through the battle passes, but if you didn't get the battle pass at the time it came out, you could still get it later and level through that battle pass later. I like that. It's something they added. It's basically, if you want this cool stuff, you can buy it if you want. If you buy it when it first comes out, it'll be basically cheaper than if you buy it later. I think that's amazing. I think that's really cool. I think it's a cool system to have a way to make the game generate money. Because it's like a more like, if you want it kind of thing. It doesn't steal features from you. All that kind of stuff. A similar system that I think is worse is what they did in Helldivers, where they added a battle pass system. They initially said it wasn't going to be something that added things that would make the game easier. And then, of course, as they've added more and more battle passes, the battle passes add items that actually are way better than what you had initially. So, technically, if you buy the newer battle passes, you get weapons and stratagems and stuff that are better than what you would have had. That's the part I don't like. But the fact that you can still go back and buy the old ones and get all the stuff from the old ones, I enjoy. Because a lot of it's cosmetic, or there's like a weapon or two in there that may be better than what you have, or it may just be a different alternative to what you have, which I like. But I don't like that they made it so that you can get things that are just better than what you could have had before in the battle passes, because it's against what the battle pass is supposed to be there for. I think it's okay, 100% for a game to have DLC. If RimWorld, I'm gonna go back to RimWorld as the example. If RimWorld had the game, it was $40, and it had an option where I could buy the game for $40, and then I buy the DLC for like $40, and I mean all of it, that's fine. It is acceptable. But I think that paying $30 per DLC in the base game is ridiculous. I just think it's too much. Why would my head turn like that? And I would say that about any game. The Monster Hunter DLC, like Monster Hunter World. The fact, first of all, ridiculous right now. Monster Hunter World is $50, and Monster Hunter Iceborne is $60. Doesn't make any sense. But I wasn't happy when that initially happened. I wasn't happy when Iceborne came out and was basically the same cost as the game. I loved Iceborne and I loved to play it, but I was unhappy that Monster Hunter Iceborne cost that much because I thought it was ridiculous. battle pass system is just an inferior version of the old level-based progression? Yes, technically. Because, like, in Halo 3, you want to get the Hayabusa armor, you would just level your account and get achievements or whatever, and you would just unlock the cool stuff in the game. But I understand for how games have changed nowadays to have the longevity. If they want to sell me cosmetics, that's fine. Firstly on that note, if it's a first-person game, I don't give a shit what my character looks like. If I'm playing first person and I can see, like, my forearms, I don't care what I look like. Rainbow Six Siege has a skin where you're fucking Master Chief as Sledge. If I'm playing first person, I'm never gonna see that. Maybe at, like, the end screen where we win, I'll see it. But is that few seconds worth the amount of money they're charging for that skin? Fuck no. For me, I would prefer that you had that skin, so I can look at you. I would prefer that I had a weapon skin, so the thing that takes up like a third of my screen looks cool. But like, I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay for that. Like, I will maybe sometimes, depending on like A, how into the game I am, and B, like how much I'm gonna use it, how much time I'd get out of it. That changes that situation. But I would never go near the cost of the game for a cosmetic or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm just not a DLC person, I guess. And if I am, it's got to be pretty specific. Because I don't own a lot of DLC for a lot of games. Because I don't think that... Most of the time, I don't think that they're worth the cost. Like... Like, here's a wild example. I own Fallout New Vegas, and I own all the DLCs for Fallout New Vegas, because I'm pretty sure I got them from a friend, and I'm pretty sure I got them in a pack. But Fallout New Vegas is $13.50. Some of the DLCs are $7. I'm not paying $7 for one of the Fallout New Vegas DLCs. Some of those DLCs are fucking ass, and everyone knows that. Some of those DLCs suck. And most of those DLCs are one quest long. It's like one quest line with like a few side quests you could do. Like, fuck that. I'm sorry. No thanks. Does Fallout 4 have DLC? It does. Those fucking aren't worth it. Well, Nuka World's only $13.50. Bar Harbor's $20. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. The gold weapons in Overwatch 1 were a badge of achievement for many players. You see the golden gun on a player, and you'd know they mean shit. Yeah, I mean, like, I had one golden gun, I think. And that was only, like, I think that was super late. I think I ended up getting it on Ash. Just because I wanted Bob to be gold. Yeah, Fallout 4's DLC are not worth it. I'm sorry. Just... straight up, not worth it. I guess I'm just not a... Like, some DLCs, yeah, sure. Others, no. Like, a friend of mine and I played Stellaris together. And I played Stellaris with, like, multiple groups of people. I'm sorry. Fuck that. think Stellaris is a fun game. I think Stellaris is fine. Fuck that. $526 for DLC. Fuck that. I just had water, Grim. I'll have more water. My arm! You can see the bottom of it. No, you can't. It's hidden. Do I, like, slouch down? Like, hide more? Chat, don't look at my weird amputated arm. Don't look at it. Holy shit. There's so many. So I think Stellaris is a great game. Never in a million years am I ever gonna fucking tell someone to buy any of the DLC. Never. Some of the stuff I think is cool as fuck. Where is it? Where's the DLC that I like the most? I'm boring when I like the DLCs because I like the story ones. Not Cosmic Storms, that one sucks. It's not Nemesis, not Overlord. Astral Planes, $27? $27 for Astral Planes? Fuck that. It's like my favorite DLC. Fuck that. I love that DLC. It adds like a shit ton of stories and abilities and stuff to the game. Fuck that DLC. $27 on a $52 game. Fuck that. No, with Paradox, if you want to play their games, if you really want to play Paradox games and you want to play them with the DLC, you subscribe to their fucking stupid monthly subscription service. Because then you can cancel it anytime and you just have access to all the DLC for any one of their fucking games, like, in a flash. But that's also stupid. I'm sorry, a monthly subscription so I can play the games that I fucking bought with the stupid $7 million DLCs? No thanks. This is why I don't get into strategy games. I could have been a big strategy gamer. But I'm not into, like, any of them because they're so fucking expensive. Like, Civilization, if you want everything, is $230 for the DLC alone. Like, excuse you? This is Civilization. I can't even think of like Civ 4 had what, 3 expansions, and one of them's colonization, which is stupid. I don't even think that was a DLC. I think that's a standalone, so it has 2 DLCs. And they were like, how much are they? Warlords is $5. My big thing with this is, like, there are games by small game companies and by mega huge game companies that will add DLC's worth of content to the game for free. But then there's some small companies and some big companies that will add, sure, maybe big features or even just small ones to a game, and they'll charge a shit ton for it. It's crazy. Like, we can look at, like, different things just to even see, like, examples of it. Like, you have RimWorld, they add an expansion, adds all this new stuff, whatever. They charge, like, $30 for it out of the $40 game. Marvel Rivals, I'm keep in perspective that Marvel Rivals is a much larger game. But They add new maps, new characters, new stuff all the time for free. Marvel Rivals came out was for free, and they keep adding stuff for free. There's nothing you buy in the game that's not cosmetic. So, I get that they had more money to start out with, but they're still adding things for free and probably will for a long time. The same way that Overwatch has been adding stuff for a fucking shit million years, and it was for free for a long time, and now you gotta pay for the battle pass to get characters, which is stupid. I think that's how that works, or do you get them for free now? I don't know how Overwatch works anymore. I just want to play the video game. And if you want to add cool stuff, maybe add it in a free update. If you have a fucking load of things to add, put them all together, throw them in DLC. That's fine, but the DLC should not cost that much. Technically, by the way that they've priced it out, Rimworld's DLC, if they added a little bit more effort into it, they could have been just Rimworld 2. And they could have charged the same amount as the DLC, but then they just have an entirely new game. And then they could visually update things. They could, you know, tweak a little other things. Price it at $40 instead of $30, bam, whole new game. That's my problem. Is that it's almost the cost of the entire game. And even if they added a shit million things, you have almost the whole of the old game. The old game is still in there, and you added this stuff on top. My thinking on it is like, it's an ice cream. You have an ice cream cone. This is your game. Your ice cream cone is the game you started with. The DLC is like adding sprinkles onto your ice cream cone, or adding like chocolate chips, or like whatever, right? You're adding your toppings onto your ice cream. Why is it so expensive? Imagine buying an ice cream cone for $2 and spending $1.50 on sprinkles. Yes, if you bought vanilla ice cream and you got Reese's Pieces on top, it changes the flavor to be like Reese's Pieces. So it's almost an entirely new experience. But it's not worth almost the whole cost of the ice cream cone. Hence why DLC is not a huge thing for me. Like, and if I needed to put it another way, right? Monster Hunter Wilds, okay. Really good game, kind of underwhelming. There aren't Elder Dragons, it's kind of stupid. If they add a DLC that adds fucking just Elder Dragons, yes, will it make the game better? Will it change the experience? Because there'll probably be a master rank style hunts for the Elder Dragons. Yes. Will it add a bunch of story? Yes. But if the game is $80 and the DLC is $70, it's not worth it. Will I buy it? Yes, because I'm stupid and I love Monster Hunter. But I shouldn't. And I get that's why people buy the Rimworld DLCs. But I don't think that they should be priced at that point. Like, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault for buying them. if you love RimWorld and you want more stuff in it, of course you're gonna buy the DLCs. It adds the more stuff in it that you want. I just... I just think it's not worth it myself. Even though I would spend the money on it for certain things, I don't think it's worth it. And I get how backwards that thinking is, but it's just how my brain works. Like, my most valuable games for me on my Steam account end up being these tiny titles that have like nothing in them. The DLC, there's like no DLCs, or maybe there's one or two, there's free updates or whatever. But they're like my most valuable games. I think they're the greatest shit I've ever played. One of my favorite games on my fucking Steam account right now is Balatro. There's not DLC for that game, at least as far as I know. All it is that you play fucking cards. Balatro, Hotline Miami was fantastic when it came out. See, and I would be okay with the teams not being very big, but the Enter the Gungeon team was like 5 people. And like Vampire Survivors was 1 guy. And I get that there's a lot of features in RimWorld versus those 2 games, but like, I'll never be there for a game's DLC being that expensive compared to the original price of the game itself. Right? Like, I'm pretty sure... I'm trying to look at a game right now. I don't remember how much it adds. I don't know how much this actually adds, but like Cuphead, which everybody knows was a massive game, right? Massive undertaking because everything's hand-drawn, every frame or whatever. They have a DLC called The Delicious Last Course. The game is $21. The DLC is $10. Okay, so it's basically half the price. They add an entire new character and an entire new world with new bosses. I don't know how many bosses. I would hope it's at least like, 5 or 6. I'd say anywhere between 4 and 6 is like the number I would look for a DLC for Cuphead. But adding a new character plus all those bosses, you're adding like half the content of what the original game was for half the price of the original game. That's more okay with me. That's fine that a one-man development team doesn't have to pay their employees for their time. Sure. But you also do not need to charge that much for DLC because there are dev teams of more people who release the features for free. Terraria is not one guy. And Terraria has no DLC. Almost for the price of 1 DLC for RimWorld, I can buy 4 copies of Terraria for me and my friends. Terraria is an older game, but we can't say that visually it's a difference. Because Terraria and RimWorld, on a visual standpoint, I wouldn't say there was much of a difference. If anything, I would say that Terraria is prettier, but... I don't know. I feel like if a strategy game especially wants to add DLC that's going to cost that much, it has to be a lot. And like, I don't think that you could even make that much. Like, I don't think you can make that much to add to that game in one DLC. Sure, the more niche a game is, the harder it is to make money for the team, right, off of sales alone. But regardless, that's part of you making that company to make that specific niche game. That's not on it's not on the fans to pay for that. It's on you as the development team to figure that out. The gamers shouldn't suffer because they like to play a game in a niche. And if they're playing a game in a niche and it has 4 DLCs and the game's been going on for 7 years, I guess it's not really that niche because it's making enough money to keep going. And if it is that niche that they need to charge that much, maybe they should make something else, to be honest. But I think an overwhelmingly positive recent reviews of 3,254 is good to say that the population of RimWorld is fairly large. Because like recent reviews tends to be like pretty small for a game that's 7 years old. Like, Terraria's is 10,000, but Terraria is a mega massive game. One of the reasons being the accessibility to play the whole thing. But the other being the fact that it's basically 2D Minecraft and everybody loves that. It's 2D Minecraft with more objective and more bosses. So, it's gonna be popular. But I'm against a lot of the ways that companies do DLCs. I'm perfectly straight up. I'm against it. This whole thing with fucking Destiny, where each expansion is like $50. I'm not with that. That's fucking annoying and stupid. The thing that makes it worse for me is the fact that free games are out there and free games are doing a good job and they're keeping money flow coming in for free. It's a free-to-play game. You can play it for free. And not even games like just like Warframe where like you could pay to progress your stuff. Marvel Rivals, huge game, still technically like out of a niche, but like anything. Gacha games, yeah, they're making you pay to get the characters you want sometimes, but you don't have to. That's an active choice you're making. Even games that are cheap are still making new content for their game for free. I just don't like it. I don't like to buy a game and then buy a DLC for basically the cost of the game. Especially if they're doing it once a year. I think that me personally, if they're gonna make a DLC once a year for like 7 years, maybe after the first 2, where the DLCs were too expensive, stop and make a sequel with the money that you're trying to rip out of this first game. And make a sequel with all the features from the first one with the DLCs. Make a sequel that's just better than the first one. Because I bet you people are still modding RimWorld. Even for some quality of life things that they could just add to the sequel. They're already doing it to add to the DLCs. Just add it into the sequel. You want to talk about a free-to-play game that's still going strong to this day? Fucking old school RuneScape is still a game. Old school RuneScape is still a thing. That shit is ancient. Because I remember playing that in elementary school. I don't know. DLC, not my thing. Really, really, really depends on the game. Because there's certain stuff I'm willing to pay for, and there's certain stuff that I'm not. Because there's a point where I would just want another game, you know? There's a point where I would just want a sequel. Not every game can justify a sequel. RimWorld is a game that thrives off stories you create. Did it feel wrong to say that something that open-ended deserving of a sequel? If it has 4 DLCs that are $30 each on a $40 game, a sequel with updated visuals and mechanics is not out of the question. There are many games that are super open-ended that have sequels. Because in that same vein, it would be like saying that most of the city builder style games like that don't need sequels. You can just add DLCs to them forever. Like, why have there ever been sequels to the Anno games? Those are city builders. You basically do the same thing in every single game. It's just they've added new features and new mechanics and new gameplay and new visuals and they're open-ended. You do whatever you want. Yes, there's strategy games where you could fight, but you could also just be a trade empire. You could just... Really, you could just build your city to be pretty. Completely up to you. Or The Sims. The Sims is entirely about your story of your sim. You build their house, you get them a job. That game has DLCs and sequels. It's not similar to Minecraft because Minecraft, A, has never added a DLC. There is no DLC to Minecraft. They add free updates. But Minecraft is just Minecraft. That's what you get. Boom. That's the one game. Once you buy it, that's it. Minecraft's done. Everything you get from Minecraft from then on is just what you get. It's just Minecraft. They're not asking you to pay more money for it. That's the major difference. RimWorld is asking you to pay more money for new stuff. Has a store for what? What kind of DLCs can you add to Minecraft? Because that's news to me. I've never even heard of somebody paying for DLC for Minecraft. All I know that you can do in Minecraft is you can add mods and play whatever you want. Minecraft is like the most mods, map packs, texture packs, skins, emotes, all paid content. Okay, so mods and map packs and texture packs and skins and emotes and stuff is all stuff you can just add to the game for free anyway. I know because I went onto a website, made my own skin for Minecraft, and then put it on my character. Map packs, you can download that and just use a mod manager to throw it in. Mods, obviously, you can just mod mods in. There's not really DLCs. You can pay for it, I guess, in the Bedrock edition, but you can just play with them anyway. Without paying for them. Because not only did I not pay for Minecraft because I have it. Bedrock, don't play Bedrock. They give you the option to not play that version of the game. On every system. I own Game Pass, and I just have options to play either one. So just don't play Bedrock Edition. Okay. Most console players don't have access to mods anyway. When you're playing on console, you are actually choosing the idea that you're not going to be able to mod it or add things for free. That's a very commonly known thing. You can't add mods to Skyrim on console either, but you can on PC. And you can on console now through the workshop and pay for them. But that's just a console problem in general. You can't mod. So Minecraft and RimWorld are super different. Special Edition Skyrim has a built-in mod manager like Fallout 4. Yeah, and on console you still have to pay for the mods. Because it opens the workshop. And you use a currency to buy them. Fallout 4 was some special fucking soda thing, I think. And Skyrim was like a coin system. Or points or something. But Minecraft is probably the best example of a super open-ended game that doesn't need a sequel. You pay for creations. Mods are still available on both. So people can freely put mods up on there? Assuming they have to go under review by Bethesda, but... But even then, that's still good of Bethesda to do for their players. Clearly. Like, clearly, like, Minecraft, their developers don't want to do that. And it's on a console, so they technically don't have to. The thing with Minecraft is you're choosing to mod it, right? You're choosing to do that. So if they give you access to it or not, that's not on them. That's on you. Okay. I'm saying that RimWorld needs a sequel, because if they're going to keep adding stuff all the time for basically the price of the entire game, just use that development time to make a sequel with everything in it. You can use the full foundation of the first game to make a sequel. A lot of strategy games do it. Most do it. Minecraft doesn't need it because it adds stuff. It's adding stuff for free. Your mods, your skins, whatever that they're adding to the console, whatever. That's unfortunate for them. If they had it on PC, which Minecraft runs on like a potato with a plug in it, they can mod it for free. And Minecraft doesn't add anything other than the mods. And mods can be added to Minecraft for free. They add, the other content they add to the game for nothing. Like here, now we have villages. Here, now we have this. Here, now we have the fucking whatever, tomb lord shit, whatever the fuck it is. In the ground. The giant temple, underground temple thing. I don't fucking know. I haven't played Minecraft in forever. Does it divide your community between the first game and the second? Sure, maybe a little bit. But you add a second game for a little bit more than the cost of the DLC, because it would be like 40 or 50 bucks for a new game. You're not only giving the fans of the original a reason to upgrade to a new game, you're also incentivizing players who were interested in the first but shot away by the fact that the DLCs in the game cost so much into buying the new one, because now here's a jumping on point where you can start fresh with everybody. And it's a sequel to a strategy game, so you're like, oh, the first one must have done really well. They must have done a lot to make this game really good. I'll jump in now. The more DLC you add to a strategy game, the more unfriendly it becomes for people to join. I mean, I could talk to him, but eventually he'd agree with me. Because I know he's not a fan of how Crusader Kings and them do their DLCs either. I just think that if you're gonna do DLC like that, like the same way that I don't like how many DLCs Civilization has, but Civilization will add DLC, add DLC, add DLC, add DLC to a certain point and then make a sequel because it's at the point where it's necessary. New game features need to be added. This need to be added. This stuff needs to be fixed. That stuff needs to be fixed. Boom, we're making a new game. And yeah, part of it's the capitalism. They want the more money. The boom. Sure. But there's a part of that they're thinking about too anyway, because the DLCs cost so much money. But because if we talk about the fact that, you know, DLC versus sequel, at a certain point, no game needs a sequel. You just add DLC to keep adding to the game. Which is just unfriendly to new consumers. personally, I like thinking about the jumping on points for new players. I think that's fun. Because even like Baldur's Gate 3, love the game, but I think if they keep adding to it too much, like over like years and years and years, I think they should have just made a sequel and made Baldur's Gate 4. Which I'm sure they're gonna do. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. The game made a lot of money. They're just keeping it updated for now because it's still within the freshly in people's minds. Well, sorry, I went overtime. It was supposed to end at 4:30 my time, and it is 4:45. And I said today's stream might be a little bit short because I have stuff I gotta do. But we are gonna be back tomorrow. We might play games tomorrow. Instead of just chat the whole day. I'm not sure what. Larian officially stated they won't make Baldur's Gate 4? Bruh. That might. Game companies have officially announced a lot of things. I could see them changing their mind. And I kind of hope that they do, because I don't know what else they're gonna make. But yeah. We're gonna raid. We're a small little raid party. But we're gonna raid. Oh, they don't want to work with Wizards of the Coast? I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't want to work with Wizards of the Coast again. They're awful. They'll make something, I'm sure. But sorry. I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta do. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy the time over at the raid. I don't know this creator personally. Big VTuber, though. Kinda cool. Very interesting design. He's apparently yapping, so if you want more yapping, go enjoy your time. Okay. Bye-bye!